So you finally decided to do something about that unhealthy and unsightly belly fat that you've been carrying around the last few years. This video is going to help you with that. Now, how do I know anything about belly fat and how to get rid of it? I'm Dr. Ken Berry, a family physician with over 20 years of clinical experience. And a few years back, I was actually morbidly obese myself and suffered from Dunlap. That's something we talk about in the southern United States. It's when your belly Dunlapped over your belt. So I am somewhat of an expert on losing belly fat, both as a clinician and as someone who suffered from lots of extra belly fat. Now, I'm sure you think I'm going to tell you to eat less and move more, join the gym, eat lots of rice cakes, but nothing could be further from the truth. As you've already discovered, those things don't work. They're not sustainable. You're hungry all the time, hangry all the time. You have no energy. No one can stick to that. People in the past may have intimated that you were a glutton and a sloth and that this is all your fat. All your fat. Yeah, all your fault that you're so fat. Well, it is kind of indirectly your fault, but it's not really your fault because you didn't know the proper steps to take to lower a very important hormone that we're going to talk about in this video. And you also didn't know these 10 steps. And in an effort to give more than I receive, I have added a bonus tip at the end. Here are the 10 tips to lose belly fat effortlessly. Okay, and the last 3 might really surprise you because you don't hear them very often. Let's jump in. Number 1, when you go grocery shopping, stick to the outer aisles, the outer wall of the grocery store. That's where you're going to find all the natural foods. That's where you're going to find meat, eggs, cheese, full-fat dairy, some vegetables, some berries. These are real foods that your body actually know how to use, and they're not going to lead to increasing belly fat. They're actually going to help you burn that belly fat off quicker. Number 2 is choose only one ingredient foods. Okay, so if something has more than 2 ingredients, whatever the ingredient is, and maybe salt, don't buy it. Only buy one ingredient foods. Your body knows what to do with ribeye. It has one ingredient. Your body knows what to do with broccoli. It has one ingredient. But if you start shopping in the center of the store, you're going to find things that have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 ingredients, many of which are going to spike your insulin and cause you to not lose that sticky belly fat that you just can't get rid of. Number 3, don't ever drink a carbohydrate or a sweetener, okay? So this applies obviously to the soft drinks. This also applies to the fruit juices. If what you're about to drink contains even 1 gram of carbohydrate, don't drink it because your body doesn't know the difference between added sugar or natural sugar. And so whether you're going to drink a Pepsi or whether you're going to drink some organic grape juice, it makes no difference. It contains sugar. It is going to make you build belly fat instead of getting rid of it. Number 4, eat at least 1 gram of protein per kilogram of your body weight every day. Protein is satiating. Also, your body needs all of the amino acids contained in that protein to renew and rejuvenate itself. So the protein is not optional. Eating this much protein a day may be new to you, but I promise you it's going to keep you fuller for longer, and that's going to keep you from eating the junk and make the belly fat keep disappearing. Number 5 is eat more fat. And I know you just went, wait, what? Yeah, eat more fat. Fat is the most satiating of all 3 macronutrients, being fat, protein, and carbohydrates. Carbohydrates don't really satiate you or fill you up at all. That's why you have to eat every 2 hours if you eat lots of carbohydrates. Also, eating carbohydrates turns immediately into sugar or glucose in your blood, and that spikes your insulin. Anytime your insulin's high, you ain't going to burn that belly fat. Does that make sense? So you want to eat plenty of protein and you want to eat plenty of fat every single day. My favorite is the fat found in fatty cuts of animal meats. You can also eat plant fats, that's fine, but eat lots of fat every day. Number 6 is eat plenty of real salt. I know, again, you're like, wait, this doctor just told me to eat salt. Yes, I did. Here's why. Many times when you get a craving, that craving is actually for salt. or for a mineral. It's not actually for the Cheetos or Doritos. So if you eat plenty of salt each day, and it's a real salt, so it has minerals in it as well as sodium and chloride, then you're going to be giving your body all the minerals it needs, and you're not going to be having weird cravings that make you wind up going to the center of the store where all of the processed carbohydrates are hiding in plain sight. Number 7, recognize your sugar addiction. Any carbohydrate breaks down to sugar. Sugar hits our pleasure centers in our brain, just like some illicit drugs. It's absolutely, without a doubt, true that some people are very, very addicted to sugar. And so if you have a craving and fall off the wagon, then don't necessarily beat yourself up about being a glutton. Just look in the mirror and say, hi, I'm fill in your name, and I am a sugar addict. And once you come to grips with that you're a sugar addict, it makes what you're fighting against much easier, because if you know your enemy, then you have a better chance of defeating your enemy. But if you think that your enemy is just eating too much in general or laying on the couch too much, that's kind of hard to fight. But if you know it's the sugar, it's the carbohydrates, I'm a sugar addict, I have to fight that specific battle every day, that's going to make it a lot easier. Number 8 is limit your alcohol intake to 1 serving a day, and this needs to be a carbohydrate-free, sweetener-free drink. And so if you make a mixed drink, make sure that you use something that has 0 carbs and no artificial sweeteners, because any sweet taste in your mouth is going to raise your insulin level. And when your insulin's high, you ain't burning no belly fat. So you can have your 1 drink a day, and I don't mean 1 drink a day. I mean a serving size of alcohol a day, if you even want it. The alcohol is not going to help you lose weight, but it's also not going to make you gain weight if you just have 1 serving. It's just kind of a wash. So you make your decision. Number 9, stop all sugars, whether added or natural. Okay, so if you drink a 2 liter of Coke, that's a ton of sugar. If you eat a full bag of those beautiful, delicious Niagara seedless grapes, that's also a ton of sugar. Your body can't tell the difference. It doesn't know whether the sugar came from Pepsi or orange juice or the big bag of grapes. Stop eating any sugar and your belly fat will start to melt away effortlessly. Number 10, implement some degree of intermittent fasting into your lifestyle every single day. Try to go for at least a 16-hour fast. So if you sleep for 8 hours a day, then that means you would wait 4 hours after you wake up to eat your first meal, and you would stop eating 4 hours before you go to bed. You don't have to do this every single day, but I want you to move towards doing a 16 or 18-hour fast every single day, because when you're fasting, your insulin level is very low normal, and that's the sweet spot for losing belly fat effortlessly. Number 11, your bonus, is avoid protein bars and protein shakes. Now, wait a minute. I thought in number 4, I told you to eat lots of protein. Yes, I did. The problem with protein bars and protein shakes is that they're very often mislabeled. If you look at the total carbohydrates and the protein and the fat, most often, almost always, they're highest in carbohydrates. So they should really be called carbohydrate shakes and carbohydrate bars. That's not going to help keep your insulin low normal. If you want to eat a protein bar, then cut your ribeye in strips and hold it like this and call it a bar. That's a protein bar. If it comes in a plastic wrap in a cardboard box, that's a carbohydrate bar, and that's never, ever going to help you burn fat off your midsection effortlessly. Now, there are 2 diets that will absolutely help you lose belly fat effortlessly, and they're going to pop up here and here as a playlist at the end of this video. Pick the one that looks the most appetizing to you and watch the videos and learn. I promise you there's no products to buy, there's no service to sign up for, there's no coach to pay, you don't need to buy any supplements, none of that stuff is necessary. You just have to pick one of these 2 diets and stick to it. Now, if you know someone, maybe a friend or a relative, who has a big old belly that they need to get rid of, please consider sharing this video with them. Not only might you help them lose their belly fat effortlessly, but you might also add years to their life or even save their life. This is Dr. Barry. I'll see you next time. Somebody tell me Why work so hard for you?